So, Mr. Johnson, were you able to sleep last night knowing that today is the day of your inauguration?
Yeah, I actually slept well. I mean, it's a good thing that it was New Year's, so I got to go to sleep late. But I'm excited, and it's like a kid on Christmas right now.
Yeah. All right. So, what do you think is your biggest challenge on improving Hudson, and just your biggest challenge?
Yeah, I think for me, the biggest challenge is keeping the momentum that we brought from the campaign. When you're campaigning, you got a whole army of people behind you that are your supporters, but to keep them throughout your term is the most important thing, because this is no job that one person can do alone.
Mm-hmm. And what does this mean to your friends and family? Of course, it's an important night to you, but what do you think is going on in their heads?
It's historic. Just the fact that, my family, they know me, they grew up around me, and, we're making history here as the first African-American mayor in the city of Hudson, and they, are so proud, and that makes me, feel great. That makes it all worthy. Very calm. I'm excited. I'm just kind of ready to get on stage and talk to my people, and it's just like, this has been a dream of mine since I was a little kid, so it's all coming true right now. This is the beginning.
All right, so if you were in the 2010s right now, and like you just went back 10 years, and if I were to go back in time and ask people and tell people that you would be the mayor in 10 years, would they believe me, or are you a totally different person?
It's funny that you asked that question, because I just made a post yesterday on my social media where I said, and it was 8 years ago, I think, I said, I'm going to be mayor of this city. And I saw, I was reading the comments, and people were like, maybe, one day, or, and then to post that right now on, yesterday I posted it on the eve of when I'm about to be mayor of the city, so it's excited.
All right.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
State your name.
I, Jane Trombley. I, Rebecca Wool.
Do solemnly swear.
Do solemnly swear. Do solemnly swear.
To support the Constitution of the United States.
To support the Constitution of the United States.
And the Constitution of the State of Jamaica. I state your name.
I, Dewan Sarwar.
I, Tiffany Garriga,
Do solemnly swear.
do solemnly swear
To support the Constitution of the United States.
to support.
I state your name.
I, Sheikh Shamizan,
Do solemnly swear.
do solemnly swear
To support the Constitution of the United States.
to support the Constitution of the United States
And the Constitution of the State. Raise your right hand and you'll repeat after me. I state your name.
I, John Walker. I, John Rosenthal.
Do solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
to support the Constitution of the United States
to support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York.
and the Constitution.
Dominic Moranti. Please raise your right hand and you'll repeat after me. I state your name.
I, Eileen Hollering,
I, Dominic Moranti.
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to support the Constitution of the United States
to support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution solemnly swear
Do solemnly swear
to support the Constitution of the United
to
States
support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of Common Council
We
President.
have.
I state your name.
I, Kamal Johnson,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to support the Constitution of the State of New York
to support the Constitution of the State of New York
and the Constitution of the United States,
and the Constitution of the United States,
and I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of mayor
the duties of mayor
of the City of Hudson
of the City of Hudson
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my ability.
Congratulations.
people. I need to know where to sign.
Support the Constitution of the United States
to support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York.
and I will faithfully
I, Robin Waters,
do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear. Close. I, Robin Waters, do solemnly swear
to support the Constitution
To
of the
support-
United States. Name.
I, Peter Volkman,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to support the Constitution of the United States
to support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of Commissioner of Police
the duties of Commissioner of Police
of the City of Hudson
of the City of Hudson
according to the best of my ability.
according to the best of my abilities.
Congratulations.
I, Peter Brujano,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to support the Constitution of the United
to
States
support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and the Constitution of the State of New York,
and I will faithfully discharge
and I will faithfully discharge
the duties of Commissioner name.
I, Jeffrey Baker.
Victoria Polidoro.
I, Zoe Palantonio,
Do solemnly swear
do solemnly swear
to support the Constitution of the United States
to support the Constitution of the United States
and the Constitution.
Don't worry, this won't be too long. Thank you all for coming here today. And thank you for allowing me to represent you for another term as President of the Common Council. Hudson is at a critical moment in its history. Do we want a city that caters to outside investors with little stake in our day-to-day lives? Or do we want to empower and serve the needs of those who have made Hudson their home for generations, as well as those who moved here last year, or those like me who made this their home a decade or so ago? I think the answer is obvious. You may feel the government does nothing for you, and on the national level, our voices do seem to be ignored. But here, in this unique and vibrant place, your government cares. We want to repair your sidewalks, renovate our parks, keep the tax burden in check, and get those damn trucks off the streets. All of this requires planning and money, but it also depends on you, the citizens of Hudson, to pay attention to what we in government are doing. You might wonder, how do you do that? Well, you can start by contacting us with a call or an email. There are 10 more members of the council here today. Talk to them. Each ward has 2 aldermen representing you. Reach out to them. Don't complain on social media. That's for grumpy people who really don't want to solve anything. If you know me, you know I walk these friendly streets constantly. I love it when people stop me and tell me what's on their mind. If you have an idea for change, I want to hear it. And I also want to know how you think that idea is achievable. The job of the council is to turn your ideas into reality, and that's the hard part. It's difficult for a simple reason. I believe in participatory democracy, as I have tried to practice these past 2 years. We only achieve good solutions when as many people as possible are involved. And even if you can't participate yourself, you still deserve to witness an open and fair process. In that regard, by the way, starting January 1st, all city meetings will be live streamed on radio station WGXC 90.7. Responsive, clean government must always be the goal. No insider deals, no backroom manipulations. There are 2 final things I'd like to say. I want to thank my personal attorney, who also happens to be my wife. Her clarity of thought and her moral compass helped guide me through turbulent times. Finally, I want to point out that I know you all care deeply about Hudson for an obvious reason. You've elected a mayor of vision and determination. I've known Kamal for a number of years now, before he became active in local government. We both developed our speaking chops at our local radio station, WGXC. But while I spent much of my time on air goofing around with the great Ellen Thurston, Kamal and his team, Vern, Rayner, both here, thoughtfully discussed the issues that concern us here in Hudson: teen suicide, domestic violence, homelessness. and yet they managed to crack us up as well. Kamal's quick wit, his deep empathy, and his engagement with all of Hudson proved one thing. He is the mayor Hudson needs and deserves as we move into the next decade. With that, I give you Kamal Johnson, our new mayor.
Good afternoon. I needed that moment to bask. Is that what they call it, basking? I needed to just look out on this crowd and just humbly be thankful. I want to start this out with a few thank yous. And the first one going to my beautiful mom who is in the front row here. I watched you, as a young black woman grow up around us and win every fight even though you had 4 boys. I watched you triumph through drugs and domestic violence and everything that life threw out at you, and still you came out on top. So I knew that that was instilled in me, that I would never be bogged down, and I thank you for that. Your son is the mayor. I also want to add that also doesn't mean that I won't need to borrow money. I want to thank my brothers here for believing in me, guiding me, talking to me, keeping me sane, especially through this campaign. And, just being there by my side. All we had was each other. And that means the world to me, because that's all I needed to get to this point. So thank you. And of course, the most popular person in the room, my daughter, Asia Johnson. I thank you. You are the sole reason why I'm up here. You are the sole reason why I'm able to go in the right direction when so many paths could have pointed me in the wrong direction. And your brilliance, your beauty, your style, everything about you is a better, smaller, cuter version of me. And I'm honored to have you as a daughter. There's no better duo than me and you. And I tell you, she says to me the other day, she comes in the living room and she says, I'm not gonna live in your shadow. And I said, what? I said, where did that come from? So I'm like, well, I don't know if right now it feels like a pretty good shadow. And she's like, yeah, it is, but I'm not gonna live in your shadow, just know. So I wanna let you know in front of all these people, whenever people see me, the first thing they say is, where's Asia? So I might be in your shadow. I also want to thank my team. There's a lot of you here. Vern, Janessa Mackey in the back, Rainier, Kaya, Nick Zakos, Michael Comedis, who is stuck in Portugal right now. If that's not the best excuse to get out of your first day of work, I don't know what is. And I don't want to forget anybody. The Ferrucci family, who has been amazing. I truly thank you guys for coming in. And Charlie, you were like a tornado when you hit that campaign, and we were blessed to have you. Our team here, the council, this is the most diverse council, that we're going to see, and I'm happy to be an ally to them and, be part of the reason that we're going to lead Hudson to a better future. Our appointments, can you believe that we're going to have 3 out of the 4 city lawyers are going to be women? We have a police commissioner who is specializing in so many different things in Chatham, and his programs are being implemented all across the capital region, especially at a time where our county is in the top 15 in opioid deaths and overdoses. So we really need to focus on this, and that's what my administration is going to be about. No more talk, it's about action now, and I'm excited to be leading that charge. Our commissioners of aging and youth, they've already come up with all these innovative ideas about how to bridge the gap between the two and how to bring in better programming for our youth and for our seniors. So we're going to focus on not just one class of people, but everyone. I also have to give a shout out to the former Mayor Rick Rector, who's in the building today. This campaign was never about me and you. It was more about a different vision, and you've done a wonderful job in the city. I just felt like this is my time, and this is a new decade, but you have nothing to hang your head up about. It's always tough going against an incumbent that everybody loves. So thank you for your duty. And one of the great things about Hudson is you enter that fraternity where once a mayor, always a mayor. So thank you. Just ask Rick Scalera. He's done this about 9 times. Right now, we're at a point in Hudson where there's a transition, like Common Council President Tom said, where we really want to focus on bringing people together. But to me, I never felt like we all needed to be one and sing Kumbaya and hold hands together. I thought the division in the city was that people needed to know that they belonged. Right now, we have a housing crisis in Hudson, but we have different lots all over the city that are not being used. If we have lots that are not being used, we should not have a housing crisis. We really have to push developers to work and get things done. So I'm looking forward to this journey and becoming, the first African-American mayor of this city. There's been 86 before me, and to know that I'm number 87, and I'm the first African-American, and also one of the youngest, and best dressed. I'm very excited about that. I know some of you are wondering about the pocket watch. I do have it today, but for some reason, the pockets in my coat are fake. I don't know why they make coats like this. So I had to switch it up a little, but I'm looking forward to this journey, a new decade, year 2020. Thank you guys for voting for me. Thank you for believing in me. And I hope that you're patient and you understand that things are going to take time, but we're going to get started right away. Thank you.